Hey friends, welcome to Mike's Messy Kitchen. We're gonna make an omelet today. To start with, here are our ingredients. I got 2 eggs, I got bacon, I got mushrooms, I got spinach. Now the great thing about an omelet is these ingredients, you can put anything inside that you want. You can do any vegetables, you can do something crazy like spaghetti sauce, you can do absolutely anything that you want in your omelet, but I'm gonna start with the basic one today. Again, bacon, mushroom, and spinach. All right, so I'm gonna start by getting my pan on. All right, spray with the Pam. It's really good. Don't want that sticking to the pan. That kind of ruins the whole aesthetic of the omelet. All right, let that heat up a little bit. Once your pan is heated up a little bit, we're gonna get our bacon on first. Now, typically I take my bacon straight out of the big package of bacon, but for this video, we got it on the plate so you can see it. Let that sizzle for a minute or two, turn the flame down a little, and then we add our veggies. All right, so our bacon's been going for about a minute. I'm going to add our mushroom. I'm going to flip our bacon and add our mushrooms. When I'm using something like spinach, that's going to cook a little bit quicker. So what I do with that is I wait. I'm going to wait to put the spinach in for another minute or two. Add these mushrooms. All right. So we'll let this cook for a little bit more. Okay. So I also got the eggs cracked. I'm going to start beating these, but I'm going to add a little bit of water. So I want to show you that on here. I'm going to add in just a tiny bit of water. Okay. And that helps the egg, that'll help the egg kind of fluff up a little bit. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper and then mix this up. All right, here's another little trick here about the bacon. So I'm going to use kitchen scissors. Make sure they're clean. And I'm going to chop the bacon right in the pan. This saves me from taking it out and making a mess and getting everything all hot trying to cut it with a knife. So this is actually a really good way to get my bacon chopped up. And bacon's looking a little bit lighter, but should be all right in a little bit. Chop, 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 chop. And then we're going to go ahead and add our spinach in. We're going to mix that around a bit. And when I see the spinach get a little more cooked, then we're going to add our egg all over the top. All right, so my bacon and my veggies are cooked pretty good. So what we're going to do is add in our eggs that are beaten up. Pour that over and watch it all go in together. All right, now with this part, this is where I got to make sure I tend to this really well. I like the flame to be between medium and high, so it cooks kind of quickly, but not too quickly. All right, now at the edge here, I see this getting white. I'm going to use my flipper, my spatula, to kind of get some in here. And it's a good idea to use, some people like using those big flippers for omelets. You can. I'm just showing you how to do this with just one spatula. So I can do that and see how the liquid kind of goes in there. Okay. Okay, so now I can also use 2 hands so I can tilt the pan. Okay, and I want to do that over here too. And the edges, I want that liquid to be going around because I don't want to be eating the liquid. That's the raw egg, and that's not going to be good for me. I want to eat the cooked egg. Now, if you eat raw eggs, that's up to you, but I would say no. I want my eggs cooked. Okay, so we're going to keep going around the pan, and then we'll check in. All right, so now that we got this cooked through pretty good, we're going to add something else to the inside. I like to add cheese. Again, you can add absolutely anything. I've had really nice spaghetti sauce omelets. Now I would say homemade spaghetti sauce. I've made mac and cheese omelets. I would put that kind of thing in at the end. Typically, I would also put tomatoes in, like kind of in the middle when you got that liquidy bit in, because the tomatoes will get really cooked down and not really great, but you got to decide with each ingredient what you're going to do. After I've got this cheese in, I'm gonna let this sit here for just a little bit, but this is pretty hot. This pan and omelet are pretty hot, so now I'm gonna start to flip. And when I flip, I got that nice flip there. Look at that. Sometimes when you make these, they can kind of come off in halves or thirds, so don't be discouraged by that. It's gonna taste great because you did an awesome job as a chef. Now you wanna have a nice plate ready to transfer onto. I'm gonna do that here, and when I transfer to a plate, I'm gonna kind of pull this over so I don't drop it, and kind of slide it. Right. And here's our omelet. We're gonna let it cool for a couple minutes, and then we're gonna have my taste testers let us know if we did a nice job. All right, our taste testers took a little bite. They said it's excellent, so enjoy this. This is a great breakfast every day.